In today's video, we are going to be giving you the best CWL bases you can use for this Clan War League, ranging from Town Hall 11 all the way to Town Hall 18. Get your popcorn ready, and let's jump in and showcase how amazing these bases will be for you guys. Starting off with Town Hall 11, as you can see, we have a box style base right here that's very well defended and evenly proportioned. We have two single target Inferno towers, one behind the Town Hall as well as one in the middle of the base. The Town Hall is very well protected with a couple of archer towers and cannons to make sure that that compartment is not as easy to get as it would be if it was just the Town Hall by itself. The core multi-Inferno is defended by storages and the clan castle to ensure that there's no easy pathing to that single target Inferno, and all the high HP buildings around it will tank as the single target Inferno will destroy any troop in its range. All four expos around the base at all four corners at 3, 12, 6 and 9 are all on air, so that if you do get attacked by any air strategies or even ground strategies, these expos will cover every single base possible and they will give you constant damage on the enemy attacking troops at all times. The Eagle artillery is over at the 10 o'clock side of the base. This is defended by two bomb towers and two regular wizard towers, also leaving openings in front of the Eagle in case there is any super wizard attackers with a super whiz blimp coming on in, and it will deter attackers from coming in from there due to the damage of those bomb towers, so the Eagle is somewhat secured. The recommended clan castle for this base is 5 headhunters and 1 regular balloon. Make sure to use this base as Town Hall 11 as it will give you the best possible opportunity to defend and do well in CWL. Moving on to Town Hall 12. As you can see, the 12 o'clock compartment has 2 expos and the Eagle artillery, which gives good coverage and range throughout the entire base as the Eagle will shoot everything, but is also protected by high HP buildings and DPS so that it's not so easy to get to. Semi-isolated multi-Inferno towers at the 2 and 10 o'clock side of the base both have 1 defense with them, but they are not reachable over the wall by an archer queen, which makes them very good, and it will pick off a lot of troops from a far distance. The third multi-Inferno at the 6 o'clock side as well is not reachable over the wall, but is also defended by the Barbarian King, which makes it very hard to get to, but also very nice as they will also shoot troops from a distance as they can't reach and attack it. The 2 expos at the bottom side of the base will also give great coverage for the core, and the middle of the base, as you can see, it is absolutely covered with small bombs, giant bombs and spring traps. So if a super whiz blimp or any kind of blimp goes in there, it's going to be a very long day at the office for sure. The recommended clan castle for this base is 2 super minions and 2 rocket loons. Jumping on into Town Hall 13. As you can see, this is kind of like a diamond-esque base right here, with the Town Hall all the way over at 9 o'clock, and then you got the Eagle all the way over at the 3 o'clock side of the base. The nice thing about this is that you got the Royal Champion at Town Hall 9, so you want to make sure you want to defend that. And as you can see, over at the 5 o'clock side of the base, we have got the spring traps, the giant bombs, as well as the small traps to take down the Royal Champion if it is charged into that compartment. With the damage of the scatter shot on the Expo, that Fox will not last very long and the Royal Champion will get very close to popping her ability. A core single target Inferno that's also covered by red air bombs, which is absolutely amazing. So if any smash does go in through the middle, the red air bombs will take out any healers as well as any air spam attacks as well. And combined with that single Inferno and the 2 elixir storages, this makes it very nice as the high HP buildings allow this single target Inferno to absolutely fry defensive troops. The Eagle artillery over at the 3 o'clock side is actually very nice. It is an open compartment, but due to it being the opposite side of the Town Hall, if the attacker does not get enough value over at the 3 o'clock compartment, it's going to be very hard for him to reach all the way over to the 9 o'clock side and get that Town Hall as well. The scatter at the 2 o'clock side also has great coverage with the archer towers and the giant bombs, which are going to cause issues to attackers. Now keep in mind, these air sweepers are placed like this for a reason. It's to stop any far side blimp or even a short blimp coming in for that Town Hall, anywhere from around about the 7 all the way to the 2 o'clock side of the base, because it's going to cover that whole side, which means that a blimp is going to have a long day, especially with the placement of those seeking air mines. It's not going to be very easy to get all the way to the Town Hall. Now speaking of the Town Hall compartment itself, covered with giant bombs as well as small bombs right here, So if anyone does like a clone Yeti blimp or anything like that, they're going to struggle to take down this town hall due to the amount of damage from these traps as well as the Expo and the Bomb Towers. The recommended clan castle for this Town Hall 13 base is 2 super minions, 2 rocket loons and an archer. Moving on to Town Hall 14. Now this is a far more open style base right here. We got those big compartments rather than it being very compact. Clan Castle towards the middle of the base right there is very nice, as it means it's going to be a lot harder to lure out. Single target Inferno directly behind the Town Hall, as well as that tornado trap to kind of stop a blimp coming all the way in from around about the 2 to 3 o'clock side, and make sure that that Town Hall is very hard to go down, especially with the placement of the sweepers. So a blimp from either 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock is gonna struggle to find its way to the Town Hall. Another great thing that I noticed about this base is we have those Seeking Air Mines placed at the 5 o'clock side of the base. So if somebody wants to come in behind these air sweepers, they're going to have a nasty surprise waiting for them. A Royal Champion Bay over at the 3 o'clock side with those giant bombs, the Teslas, to make sure that the RC pats all the way through these giant bombs, leading all the way to the scatter shot, which means if the RC hits all of these giant bombs and small bombs, it will go down and you will have a far more successful defense. The Eagle Artillery provides great coverage over at the 10 o'clock side, as it is defended very well with cannons and archer towers, also an air defense and a couple of Expos in between 2 multi-infernos, which means that if an attacker does come from that side, it's going to be hard for him to focus onto one compartment, as he's going to kind of have to take all these compartments down in unison. Otherwise he's going to struggle to kind of push through the base and get the job done, and that's something that you want when it comes to these type of bases, as Town Hall 14 can be very toxic if built the right way, and this is a base you do not want to miss out on. The recommended clan castle for this base right here is 1 lava hound, 2 headhunters and an archer. Going on into Town Hall 15, guys, I remember when this was max Town Hall and it was the hardest Town Hall in the game, even harder than Town Hall 18 right now. But look at this base, it is kind of a box base, kind of not. It's kind of like a hybrid base right here with that Town Hall, so you cannot sneaky goblin this Town Hall. We have an invis tower right there. Of course, that's going to force attackers to try to activate that with either a giant arrow or maybe even using a blimp or something like that to activate the Town Hall, which will be very problematic and will weaken their army right there. The monolith behind the Town Hall, defending both the Town Hall and the Eagle Artillery, is in a great position right here, which can do monstrous damage for anything that's gonna not be inside of that compartment. Isolated scatter shots make it very hard for them to get a path towards, even with the open compartments, which means that the attackers are gonna have a long day, especially if their troops walk past the scatters and their healers are in range, and then you can say goodbye to those healers, because that's going to be a big issue as well. All 3 multi-infernos are somewhat defended with giant bombs, as well as those Expos, which is going to be a long day at the office for any Royal Champion. Of course, the left side being a little bit more defended than the right side, but it's kind of evenly split, so that even if the attacker comes in from one side, he's not going to know which side the giant bombs are on, which is going to be a huge issue for them. Also, kind of a isolated clan castle. Now, I do like when you place clan castles near where the Royal Champion Bay is, because once that RC lures out the CC, 8 out of 10 times the RC is going to path towards the clan castle troops, which is going to ruin the pathing and allow you to not get as much value as you wanted. Especially if the RC locks onto ice golems or a lava hound, you're going to be in for a long day right there. Overall, this base looks very strong with all of these defenses and regular buildings on the outside, making sure that the troops do not path into these open compartments. They keep on wrapping around, which is going to be absolutely huge for any attack and any defense. The recommended clan castle for this is 2 ice golems, 2 rocket loons and 1 archer. Jumping into Town Hall 16, let's cover these Royal Champion baits straight away. As you can see, that 6 and 9 o'clock compartment are absolutely stacked when it comes to the RC bait right there. 6 o'clock having those giant bombs, as well as a tornado trap and that poison tower to slow everything down. The 9 o'clock compartment has the exact same thing, except for it does not have the tornado trap. So both of those 2 corners are heavily baited for any Royal Champion charge, which is going to be very dangerous. Another thing you can see is the red airbomb farm on the outside. So if anyone tries to smash through the base into the Town Hall and they don't drop a CoC loon straight away, those healers are going to disintegrate almost immediately. A centralized CC right behind the Town Hall and in front of the monolith right there is going to give great coverage for the entirety of the base. A little bit harder to lure out, but also it's going to provide great coverage, slow down these troops, stall them up, as these heavy defenses can do way more damage. Semi-isolated scatters again is going to be the meta at Town Hall 16, as they can do so much damage when they're by themselves and they're not reachable by anything over the walls. So this has been created right here with the dead zones to ensure that no troops path into them and they can do the massive amount of damage that they're intended to do. Eagle artillery over at the 2 o'clock side is isolated right there, not really reachable over a wall. You can potentially blimp it or something like that, but most people are not going to go into the Eagle, as it is also defended by 2 recoil cannons and 2 X-bows, so it has got some good coverage on defense. But this Eagle artillery is most likely going to do a ton of damage from the attackers that are going to be coming on in from the bottom sides, as they're going to want to secure the Town Hall before even thinking about that Eagle artillery. And as you can see, guys, these Seeking air mines are splashed all around the base right there to ensure to give you great value. If anyone comes in with a blimp or anything like that, you can be sure that these Seeking air mines are going to catch 1 or 2 of them for sure. And this is the reason why you should use this OP Town Hall 16 base. The clan castle for this base is 2 ice golems, 2 headhunters, and 8 archers. Remember, guys, if you've made it this far into the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Use code BLUE if you haven't for any in-game purchases already, for us to create amazing daily content for you guys every single day. Show us support, we'll show you guys support by giving you free bases and all this good stuff that every clasher needs. Thank you so much for your support. Now let's get into Town Hall 17. Good old Town Hall 17, the last Town Hall what it was, a defense. So let's jump right into this one. So starting off straight away, you have an RC bay over at the 12 o'clock side of the base, as well as the 10 o'clock side of the base right here. 10 o'clock having that tornado trap, which is going to stall up that royal champion, as RC charge is heavy meta for Town Hall 17. Also having those giant bombs around that multi-gear tower right there, doing additional damage to that royal champion. And if that multi-gear can get a couple of shots off with those expos and that multi-archer tower, it's going to be really rough for that royal champion to recover and get the value intended, as the attacker is most likely going to want to use additional invisors off cycle, which will result into less value for the attack itself. So we have chosen to go in for the poison towers on this one, and the main reason being the slow effect that it gives and the slow life drain that it gives is absolutely amazing. So you want to make sure to be running poison towers at Town Hall 17, because essentially it's very hard to defend at Town Hall 17. So if you can slow down those troops while your defenses do damage, it's going to be a bonus for you guys, and it's going to help you defend so much more. These fire spears, of course, giving great coverage behind the Town Hall towards that monolith compartment, towards those 2 multi-infernos, alongside those recoil cannons are going to absolutely shred that anything that comes through the middle or through 6 o'clock, which is amazing to see. The scatter shots over at the 3 and 9 o'clock side of the base, I love it when they're in their own compartment, because they can do vast amount of damage to any enemy troop, and it's going to be a big problem for them, because the scatter isn't realistically a great defense to be pathed into, especially with the way that these trash buildings are on the outside. So there's a high chance that a troop could come in, pick off the elixir storage, and then wrap around and ignore that scatter shot altogether. Now at 3 o'clock, you also have that red air bomb farm, which is absolutely amazing. It's going to pick off any healer or any smash attack right there, which is exactly what you want. The isolated monolith with the 2 multi-infernos in the middle of the base, it makes it so much more toxic, especially with the single target inferno at the 6 o'clock side as well, which is completely isolated. Of course, the walls are open, but that doesn't mean anything because of the Teslas and that recoil cannon, a couple of giant bombs at the bottom side as well. Make it so hard for the single to get pathed into. Of course, people are going to be using root riders, so that's where those multi and that monolith comes into clutch with those poison towers. So this is a base you definitely want to do, as it's going to cause a lot of attackers a lot of problems, because most of them are going to be coming on in from that bottom side with those root riders and leaving that town hall for the end, or they're going to come in into that town hall at the first position, which means they're going to hit all those traps. So guys, make sure to use this OP blueprint base right here. The recommended clan castle for it is 2 ice golems, 1 furnace, and 1 goblin. Now moving on into the cream of the crop right here, Town Hall 18, the home of the Revenge Tower, the worst defense in Clash of Clans if I have to say so myself. Absolutely monstrous. So you have the long shot right here on the Town Hall, and as well as that, the Town Hall is defended by the Sunbeam or the Light Beam, I forget the actual name of it. And then you have 2 Poison Towers, the Revenge Tower, the 2 Multi-Infernos, and those 2 Fire Spitters that are facing inwards towards the Town Hall. So you already know if anything comes in towards that core of that base, the Revenge Towers and those Spitters are going to absolutely destroy everything with the assistance of those poison spells. We have got that Royal Champion Bay over at the 2 to 3 o'clock side of the base, as well at the 5 and 6 o'clock side as well, where the Giga Bomb is. But the 2 o'clock and the 1 o'clock side have got that Tornado Trap. They've got a couple of extra bombs right there that are going to protect that Scatter Shot, as well as that Expo, which is going to reduce pathing for any troop, most likely Meteor Golems, or potentially some people still using Root Riders, but it's mainly going to be those Meteor Golems or those throwers right there. And it's going to be a very rough RC charge for sure, as it's going to cause so much damage to the Fox. Royal Champion's going to most likely get forced ability, and that's exactly what you want. Monolith on the outside, but this is one thing that I do love about this 3 o'clock compartment right now. If you look at it, so it's Multi-Gear Tower, Monolith, Revenge Tower, right? You can't Giant Arrow all 3 of them together. You can Log Launcher it, but like there's no actual pathing to this Multi-Gear Tower, and you can't break the wall, which is something that I love. And that Monolith is going to absolutely shred because it hits like a truck. And paired with that Revenge Tower, it's not going to be a joke whatsoever for defenses. The Expo are fairly decently spread throughout the base, giving good consistent damage throughout. And they're not reachable over walls. Yes, they do have the open compartments, but again, it's going to be very hard to path your troops in towards that Expo because of the defenses and the buildings on the outside of those open compartments that are going to be pulling your troops away. And last but not least, man, the 2 Super Wizard Towers and that Multi-Inferno Tower at the 9 o'clock side of the base right here. Those Super Wizard Towers, man, if you do like a Warden charge and they hit your Warden, they're going to splash onto your healers, and that's going to be a nightmare to kind of comprehend, because the Multi-Inferno, once it grasps onto those healers after the wizard shots, they're most likely going to go down. So you need to be very careful. There's a lot of things on this base that can deter an attacker from failing, and that's something that you want to keep in mind, because you want to have multiple fail entries on this base, and that's exactly what it provides. The clan castle on this base is 2 ice golems, 1 furnace, and an archer. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoy and use these bases. If you do, let us know in the comment section below, and also come back in a week and tell us how your CWL went. We'll catch you in the next video, guys. Peace out.